it is now officially day 15, or well, day 15, depending on how you look at it. And we have some unfortunate news, which is we have a 2-week extension to the 21 days. So now, even though we were supposed to be at 1 week to go, we are now at 3 weeks to go. I suspect this was it was a kind of psychological thing, I guess, because I'm presuming they don't want to make it over 3 weeks because weeks is less than a month. So pretty much you just count down the days and go through the 3 weeks and you think, I'm almost there. So, okay, well, this is actually funny because I had kind of predicted that we'd get an extension and that it wouldn't be just 3 weeks, but it would last more, like up to 3 months. And I'm now dreading that I might have been correct, so yeah. I presume we'll wait for another 2 weeks and see if there's another extension of 2 weeks by any chance, just to thinking it'll be kind of interesting because that'll put it up to 9 weeks, and then I guess they'll do another 3 weeks, which will be 12 weeks, and hopefully that should be enough. And it's actually ironic because I noticed the other day when they released a piece of news stating that the grant payment dates had been shifted forward to the 4th and the 6th of May because of confusion when they had it on the 30th of March and the 1st of April, which had some chaos because some of the people who were supposed to be getting paid on the 1st went in demanding their money on the 30th, and they were basically pushing old grannies and stuff like that. So yeah, that got a bit chaotic, and to avoid this, they decided to move it to the 4th and the 6th of May, which is kind of interesting because, well, that for me was an automatic hint that hang on a second, are we still going to be in lockdown or what's going on? Because they basically named this to be the lockdown schedule. But the thing was, if it was only going to be until April the 16th, then how could they set dates which are in May and say that it's part of the lockdown procedure? So that kind of caught my eye, and I was thinking, does that mean there's going to be an extension till May? And yeah, so sure enough, we have had the first 2-day extension, 2-week extension, and we are now looking forward. And yeah, so I'm pretty bummed out about everything else. Haven't really checked up on the stats and so on today, so yeah, just been, yeah, well, actually, I wasn't really checking up on the stats. I got to have a nice chill out talk session with one of the neighbors here. Okay, well, at an obvious distance because we were in opposite wall, up over the wall kind of thing. Different gardens, but we had like a nice, we both set up chairs and had a nice conversation about just, lockdown life, crazy stuff that we used to get up to, that we like, the things we miss. Yeah, so it was an interesting talk, and yeah, so pretty much because of that, I missed a lot of the news and stuff. And yeah, so this is not really an informative talk, it's more just frustration at the 2 weeks extension, which, even though I had a very strong feeling it was definitely coming, I was kind of getting excited that we're down to the last 7 days and that I can count down to, well, some form of normality, hopefully. Like, you have no idea how I was looking forward to getting a burger, or I don't know, just like something junky that, I mean, I'm not a fan of McDonald's as per se, but hey, I'd even go for some McDonald's just to celebrate the 17th of April, which now is a non-celebratory day. Ironically, my niece was talking about her plans for the 17th of April, and she was busy calling all her friends on WhatsApp saying, "Hey guys, what's your plans for the 17th? Yeah, we must get together." And she'd even gone as far as trying to convince my other cousin, her aunt, to drive her to visit another friend. Okay, well, this did not make sense because she was saying, wait a minute, if we get an extension, will they give us a day to basically or go back out and stock up on whatever we need for the extension? And we were like, why? And she said, no, because I'd like to go visit Mbali. And that, okay, well, Mbali's a friend of hers. Sorry for the name drop. And yeah, so she stays about, oh, okay, well, she stays a good couple of hours drive away. So the question is like, okay, well, if you drive there and they're going to start the lockdown the next day, then you're going to be stuck there. And she was like, no, 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 we'll drive back on the same day. So suddenly you're like, hold on a second, we're going to spend half the day on the road just because you want to go visit one of your school friends that you're missing because we're all on lockdown. It was like, no, 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 no. Lockdown doesn't work like that. If there's an extension, well, then you won't get a day off. And she's like, yeah, but it's ending on the 16th, so I'm going to make plans for the 17th anyway. To which I cautioned her and said, you don't want to do that because, yeah, the announcement I was actually expecting to come on Sunday. But yeah, well, they surprised us and announced it today. I kind of clicked what was going on when all of a sudden I got about, I think I got 5 WhatsApp messages, and basically all of them were explicit 3 or 4 character phrases followed by 2 weeks. And okay, well, having the first message, I was like, I almost messaged back to say 2 weeks for what? But I'd noticed that all of them were 2 weeks WTF, 2 weeks what WTH, and so on and so forth. So I clicked and I was like, oh goodness, it has happened. So this is it. We're in for the first extension, and I look forward to hopefully, and I say hopefully, it being the only extension, but I presume there will be a further extension because, as I said, those dates weren't set in May for no reason. So I have a strong feeling that they've planned to roll this at least beyond the 6th of May. So I'm presuming, you know, I can't predict a date, but yeah, so possibly another four. Okay, let me think. They added 2 weeks now, so we have 3 weeks remaining. So I would predict an additional 9 weeks from now at maximum. Okay, fingers crossed, maximum. Touch wood. Okay, that's it from me. Salute. I'm out of here. Okay, actually, scratch that. I'm not out of here yet. Let me get the stats and figures for you, and yeah. And the little stats update is the confirmed cases have now risen to 1,934. So that's the confirmed cases. I didn't see any mention of any additional deaths, so I'm presuming that the deaths number still stands at 18. And yeah, looking forward to hopefully seeing the numbers slow down at some point, hopefully within the next 3 weeks, so that we'll see that this lockdown is actually working and see the results and hopefully not have too many deaths coming through. although winter is coming, so I'm just hoping that we get enough sunlight and people keep their vitamin C up. And yeah, fingers crossed for the best. Salute, I'm out of here.